Meanwhile, back on the water, Rich, 3B is about to start. Chip Hanauer looking for a spot in the final with Dave, as well as Greg Hopp, who will be in lane 2. Steve David has the Freddy's Club out in lane 3, and Piston Power out in lane 4. That's Mike Weber in the Master Tire, making a very good start, by the way.
It is a good start there. You see Piston Power on the outside, but it is Miss Pico making a charge right now in lane 1 and taking that lead into the turn.
Getting a little narrow there for Greg Hopp in lane 2, but Steve David leaves him a lane. Nice job of leaving room for the rookie there. And Hanauer moves the Pico out to a nice lead here. Hanauer's starts have been miraculously good this year for a guy who should be out of practice.
Well, you talk to all these drivers, and they say that everyone's getting more aggressive when it comes to getting a good start. Hanauer got the good start in this heat, and now he looks very good on the water. But right behind him, if he looks in his side view mirror, he'll see Greg Hopp.
Up to that point, Hanauer did not have enough of a lead to move over and take lane 1 away from Hopp. At this point, he does, but the gentleman that he is, Chip kind of leaves room in there for the rookie. Not easy to hold your boat in lane 1, though, when that rooster tail is right on your right.
Steve David also trying to stay in contention. Here's a look from the O'Doul's Eye in the Sky, and Chip Hanauer and Miss Pico trying to extend their lead into the turn and turning very well.
Yes, he is. Now here comes Steve David in the Freddy's Club. He's going to move his boat over inside the Pico. Now there are 2 boats to Chip Hanauer's left, and I hope, Rich, that he knows that because he has to leave room for them. Steve David in the Freddy's Club moves up into 2nd place.
A terrific cornering job by Steve David and Jim Harvey's boat, the U2. And there you see Chip Hanauer bouncing on the water, some rough driving conditions. Hanauer in 1st, followed by David, and it's Greg Hopp in 3rd. But it's going to be Chip Hanauer retaining the lead and extending that lead as much as he could over David and Hopp.
And staying outside far enough, knowing he has the race under control. Now he tucks it in a little bit on the buoy line, but the other 2 boats are far enough back, Rich. I don't think they'll have a problem with the rooster tail or the weight.
Currently in 4th, Ed Cooper Sr.'s boat, the Master Tire, and driven by Mike Weber. Always behind in the pack. It's a piston-powered engine, but he's doing a good job on the water in Barrie.
You saw Hanauer in the Pico at 134+ miles per hour. That's a good, quick competition lap. Getting a good ride on a bay that can get choppy, particularly out at the top end of the race course, which is in the middle of Kempenfeld Bay. Here's a good look at a hydroplane ride, Rich. You see the sponsons just referencing the water, about half the propeller in the water at any one time, and that's what throws up that big rooster tail.
And Steve, you kind of get the feeling that now that Chip Hanauer has this race pretty fairly secured, he's almost using it as a test run to see how he can corner and how he can handle this course when he goes into the finals.
Greg Hopp running in 3rd place. That's where he'll finish. A good, strong finish for Hopp Racing and United Furniture. As Chip Hanauer takes a checkered flag in Heat 3B, Mike Weber and the piston-powered Master Tire will finish 4th. Rich Hollenberg is with Mike's brother Mark.
The big yellow boat of York International has had a heck of a day here at Barrie, Ontario. Mark Weber, what's it going to take to get over the top and win this final?
Lane 1, 2 at the worst. Dave Ilwalk's got to be a tish late on the start. I think he is just they're dialed in. They got a fast accelerating boat. But, you know, the York International, we've been down the boat in all day in race conditions. And every time I come out of the boat, I like the boat better every heat. It's really handling very well in rough conditions. And that's contributed to this crew because I come in and say, well, I want to try something different. And every time they've given me something better. So that's good team working for a 2-race team, 2-week team. That's not bad.
That's the way they're supposed to go, huh?
Yeah, finally. Got ourselves in a pretty dark hole there, and that was almost like a final for us. We had to win it to be in the final, so now I feel everything's gravy.
So what do you do in the final? You stick your nose on the inside and hope you don't get wet? That's the only chance you have?
Well, it's a good question. The problem with that is you stick your nose on the inside and hope you don't get wet. You might not be able to win from there, but then if you do get wet, you don't get anything else either. So we need to sit down and talk about it. I don't think I've got the boat that can beat the Bud today, so we'll have to sit down and see what we can, who we think we can beat.
The finals are set for the Unlimited Hydroplanes. The Unlimited Lights coming up next on ESPN Speed World.
Welcome back to Barrie, Ontario. We have automotive horsepower on Kempenfeld Bay. The Unlimited Lights about to run their final. First, here's Rich in the pits.
A win in Heat 3B is a good way to go into the finals. Chip Hanauer, this is very similar to what happened in Havasu. You're kind of getting better as the day goes on. Is that what you're gunning for?
Well, no, I don't like to get ourselves in a hole like we did, but I'm glad we dug ourselves out of it. And now we're back even in the final. We can go for the win now.
Here's the start now of our Unlimited Lights final from our O'Doul's Eye in the Sky. The two yellow boats on the inside are the Alamo with Bo Scheid out of Dayton, Ohio. Right next to him, Charlie Wiggins in the Earl's Performance. That is Bo there in the Alamo leading this heat at this point. Now the boat behind him is the one that was the Wildfire last year, driven by George Stratton and owned by Kim Gregory. And on the outside, the red boat is Phil Bonancini in the Pocket Mechanic.
Bo Scheid in the Alamo looking to exact a little revenge after failing to start in Havasu the first race of the season. It's going to be all season long, Wiggins and Bo Scheid.
Hooking it up with this kind of deck-to-deck. Whoa, that's a little too close. The two yellow boats getting together out front, the Alamo and the Earl's Performance. Somebody was not in his lane. He may have a call on this from the referee who's above the race course in a helicopter.
Well, someone lost a part there, and it looks like it's the inside boat. It looks like it's the Alamo, lost part of its tail.
There is damage to the right side of the Alamo. It does not appear to be slowing Bo Scheid down much. Let's see what happened here. The two boats turning left, and this is going to be a tough call for the referee because Bo in the Alamo carving a turn. Charlie Wiggins carves one just a little bit smaller, and the two get together. The referee has to decide who, if anyone, was at fault, or was it just one of them racing things? The two yellow boats continue to race. The Pocket Mechanic of Phil Bonancini, sponsored here by Impact Equipment. The Unlimited Lights continue to race as Rich checks in with a recent graduate of this class.
It's going to be tough to top the performance in Havasu City, but Greg Hopp, you're doing all right so far here in Barrie, Ontario. 2 seconds and a third. You feeling good going into the finals?
Oh yeah, you know, a couple seconds, a third. This United Furniture Warehouse hydroplane is just up and running, you know, close to top notch. We're gonna tweak it a little bit, maybe try to dial a little more horsepower. The all volunteer crew up there to get this baby up and going.
Now, I'm gonna put you on the spot. You said before that you might have a trick up your sleeve going into the final. You care to reveal anything?
I'm not gonna tell you my secrets now.
All right, we wish you luck.
All right, thanks a lot.
Back out on the water, the two yellow boats still hooked up. A little bit of an advantage for Charlie Wiggins in the Earl's Performance. Bo Scheid driving a damaged boat very hard.
And Gadsden, Alabama must be proud of Charlie Wiggins, looking to make it 2 for 2 so far on the Unlimited Lights hydroplane 99 season. Charlie Wiggins extending his lead a bit on Bo Scheid, the defending champion.
Here's the checkered flag for Charlie Wiggins and the Earl's Performance, his second victory in 2 events.
Bo Scheid's going to finish in second place. Phil Bonancini in the red Pocket Mechanic is going to finish in third, but Charlie Wiggins is your Unlimited Lights winner. Today's Alamo Almanac is brought to you by Alamo Rent-A-Car. Ready, set, go. Come on and drive happy today.
One of the most historic names in hydroplane racing, Miss Madison, racing with us once again. This was the scene in 1971. Jim McCormick driving a piston-powered boat to the Gold Cup victory. The medallion on the front of that boat, the same as the one on the tail of this one 28 years later.